I'm realizing that I've been thinking way too small. There's there's so much more that I can achieve than the level that I've been thinking at. There's so much more impact that I can create, and I feel like a lot of the times we have ideas, we have aspirations, we have visions of what we want to do in the future and what we want to achieve. But then bit by bit, we maybe start to doubt ourselves. Maybe we haven't got the result by the time period that we've wanted to get. And now what we end up doing is we end up moving the goalpost. We end up going from thinking, I want to be making 100K a month, to now thinking, I want to be making 50K a month, to now thinking, you know what, if I can make 5K a month, that's good. I want to make 5K a month. And it's like, of course, there's stepping stones, and a lot of the times with these bigger goals, even, it's good to break them down into smaller steps. But a lot of the times, I feel like we don't just break them down into smaller steps. We actually just make our ultimate goal a smaller step because of the doubt that we've accumulated over days, weeks, months, years of maybe things not going how we necessarily planned or expected or wanted. Maybe we didn't do the things that we needed to do. Maybe we just weren't focusing on the right things, even though we were trying to make it happen. And that's one thing I'm realizing. It's like, I'm looking around and I watched a video of a 17-year-old who literally retired his mom. Well, he didn't fully retire. That was low-key a clickbait title on the video, but I watched the video. He said he retired his mom. He hadn't retired her, but he covered all of her bills. So she's still working on that kind of stuff, but he made it so that she's not working for bills anymore. She's working for the additional things that she wants to buy, which I respect. And he's 17 years old. And he gave her 10K cash. And I remember seeing a video, and then his mom's like, why didn't you just bank transfer it to me? He's like, yo, I wanted to give you the cash. It's more exciting. Those are good types of complaints to have. Why are you bringing me this cash? Now I have to go deposit this whole 10K into the bank. And I'm just seeing things like this and seeing what people are doing and the levels that people are reaching. And I'm like, there's certain goals that I feel like I'd kind of removed from the forefront of my mind, and maybe they weren't even in the back of my mind. They were kind of got to the point where certain things I kind of thought, you know what, that's something that would be nice to do. But is it something that I'm realistically going to be able to do? Maybe not. That's kind of how I'd be thinking. And I'm working on rewiring that thought process, because I understand that really and truly what we focus on expands. So if we focus on our ability and our capability to achieve excellence and to achieve the things that not a lot of people achieve, and maybe not a lot of people that we know have achieved, but if we focus on that frequency, that's the frequency that we actually attract more. Whereas if we focus on the frequency of 10% of that goal, let's say we have a goal and the goal is, let's say the goal is making 50K a month. And then we focus on only, I only believe I can make 5K a month at some point in the future, in a few years. It's like, that's the frequency that we're now going to be operating on. So how are we supposed to get to the 50K a month if we're not even thinking on that kind of wavelength? Even from an impact perspective, it's like, even with YouTube, it's like I've noticed that I've just been thinking with YouTube, I'll just post these videos. I don't really anticipate that the subscribers will go up and all that kind of stuff, just because I guess I've posted on YouTube in the past, and the most subscribers I've had is like 1,000 plus over like 7 years or so of posting on YouTube. and not posting consistently, but posting here and there over 7 years. And I'm like, I've seen this, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't necessarily been able to, and even at that point, it wasn't consistent views or anything like that. Like, I want to be able to have a big positive impact on people's lives, and I believe that I can do so by sharing the way that I think, sharing the things that I learned, sharing the things that I've learned, and the things that I continue to learn, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, I realized that with YouTube, I've been thinking, I haven't really been believing in myself. I've been focused on, yeah, I'm going to do the inputs, but I haven't been doing the inputs with the, I guess, I haven't been operating on the frequency of actually believing that these inputs are going to reach a significant, like a big enough, let me not say big enough, but a decent amount of people to where it's really having a positive impact on people's lives. And again, these are things that I'm reflecting on. Today, I've kind of just, I actually had my phone just turned off for a while. I'm probably going to turn it back off after, but I needed to use it for this video and stuff. Actually, no, I'm not going to turn it off because, yeah, I got one of my people, she was saying she needs like some clarity, essentially. My little sis, she needs some clarity. Some situation she's dealing with and all that kind of stuff. So I'm leaving my phone on just in case she calls me or anything like that. But outside of that, I'll leave my phone. Ideally, I would like to just leave my phone off, and I was leaving my phone off earlier because it gave me the space to just like focus. And even in terms of, if you've seen one of my previous videos where I'm speaking about the lady who I'm going to marry, it's like she's very much locked in right now, focusing on what she needs to do and what she wants to do and all that kind of stuff. So it's like that, the fact that I know that she's kind of in a quiet time right now where she's really just focused on her stuff, which I absolutely love and respect. It's like, I'm like, I don't really need to actually have my phone on type thing. Like, I don't, like, my phone doesn't need to be on. Obviously if I'm speaking to her and all that kind of stuff, I'll make sure my phone's on, but like, my phone doesn't really need to be on because she's actually focused in and locked in on her stuff anyway. We're not really speaking so much right now. So it's like, my phone could just be off. But anyways, that's besides the point. Ultimately, what I meant to say, or what I was going to say, was with my phone being off, it's just thinking, reflecting, multiple things. I'll probably speak in more videos in the future, even about some of the things that I was reflecting on and things like that. But ultimately, taking this time to reflect and to just really identify the areas in which I'm thinking too small, the areas in which I'm not believing in myself. By the way, don't watch, I'm just realizing I can see my camera on here. I'm like, I've got some next top. The top's alright, but the tracksuit bottoms, they don't really go with the top. But bear in mind, I really just put this on today because I came back from kickboxing and I was like, I just want to be comfortable. I was like, what, nearly 2 hours or so of kickboxing. Hopped in the shower now. I'm like, yeah, I just want to be comfy for the day. I'm going to be at home, just locking in. So don't watch the drip, yeah? Don't watch the drip, yeah? But anyways, I'm comfy. That's the main thing. Color coordination maybe ain't there, but I'm comfy. Anyways, ultimately, it's like just identifying these areas of where can I rewire these thought patterns? What are these things that I'm doubting that I need to doubt? In other words, what are the doubts? Let me rephrase that. What are the doubts that I have that I need to doubt? Because one thing that I believe is that obviously doubts, the concept of a doubt is you're doubting an idea that you have in your mind. You're doubting a thought that you have in your mind. But a doubt is also a thought. So why don't I just doubt those doubts? And that's what I'm working on. I'm working on just rewiring and doubting the doubts that I have so that I can think bigger and achieve more and build for the future. Build for a great future with my wife to be. Build for a great future for the people around me and be able to inspire the people around me to the maximum level, and all around to beyond the people around me to the people in the world, to have a positive impact on the world. And I'm like, you know what, in order to really do this in a real way, I need to be thinking bigger. I need to be thinking bigger in a lot of different ways. a lot of different areas of my life, I just realized that there's so much bigger I can think. So much bigger I can think. And it's crazy because if you ask people around me or whatever, a lot of the times they don't want to say, oh, wow, like she's a big thinker or whatever it is. And if I was to say, oh, I've been thinking too small, then a lot, like not everyone, but a lot of people are going to think. Because again, I'm also around people that are thinking like on a whole nother level, and I'm like, damn, yeah, I need to think more like them. But it's like a lot of people will think, what? Think bigger? Like you're already thinking mad big. But it's like, there's really another level for real. There's really another level. So I encourage you, if you're thinking too small, if you found that there's certain goals and aspirations that maybe you had that maybe you've forgotten about because you don't believe that they're really possible, maybe seek some examples. For example, like the 17-year-old that I saw where he's just done that for his mum and all this kind of stuff, and the amount of money that he's making, it's like, if he can do it, then why on earth can't I make the amount of money that he's making? Why can't I have, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to be able to bless people around me, such as my mum and things like that. And the same is for you. If people like him can, if other people that you see can, why can't you? A lot of the times it's based on the frequency that we're operating at. The frequency of the person that actually achieves the things a lot of the times is the frequency of someone who believes that they can wholeheartedly within their heart. With that being said, you've been tuning to Learning with Lamar. I need to fix this setup a bit for the next video because I'm not really feeling this right now. I might have to change the drip because I'm just not feeling. Again, I didn't really think about the fact I was going to be on camera and that. But I mean, I don't be, but it's just like, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, the trousers just putting me off. I might not even post a video now, I'm joking, I'm going to put it up anyway. But anyways, peace out. Catch you on the next one tomorrow.